on Storyboard, Piyush Pandey launches his book Pandeymonium in Mumbai. We have exclusive preview McDonald's McSpicy Face-Off. And finally, publicist Bobby Pawar talks to us about the new much talked about campaign for Gujarat Ambuja Cement. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I'm Shibani Gharat. Finally, a book on Indian advertising by a creative. Piyush Pandey, the most awarded creative in Indian advertising, has penned his experiences and lessons from life and advertising into his book Pandeymonium, which was launched in Mumbai this week at an event that was attended by the pick of the bunch from the advertising, media and corporate world. The chief guest for the evening was actor Amitabh Bachchan, and amidst the audience was legendary cricketer Sachin Tendulkar. My colleague Shreya Arora has compiled a report about this event. After making historic campaigns for many of India's most iconic brands, India's most influential ad man Piyush Pandey has now written a book called Pandeymonium. The book was recently launched at NCPA and it was unveiled by Bollywood's biggest star Amitabh Bachchan. After having worked with Piyush on several campaigns, the most memorable being Polio Do Boon Zindagi Ke campaign, Bachchan has also contributed to the book by writing the foreword.
Piyush, in your book, you've talked about many agencies, many creative people who use celebrities and get lazy once they hire the celebrity. What is the responsibility that you carry when you get a celebrity to endorse the brand, in your own words?
I think there's a twin responsibility that you carry. One is that there is a brand which has invested and taken the services of a celebrity. The brand must win. And there is a celebrity that you have to do justice to. I don't think you would look very good if somebody says a celebrity called X did that stupid ad, and that stupid ad happened to be yours. So you've not done anything for the brand, you've done nothing for the celebrity, you've actually been a lazy buffoon. And therefore I feel that when there's a celebrity, you have to find the connect, work very hard on it, and try and see that it's a win-win situation for the celebrity and the brand. In fact, the chapter in the book is called A Flea in the Tail of a Racehorse, where I've said that do not think when your brand is, when the celebrity is won, celebrity is the racehorse has won, and you happen to be a flea in the tail, and you think I've also won. So I don't think you can make it happen that way.
Mr. Bachchan, I'm going to talk to you about responsibility with specific references to two campaigns that you worked with Piyush on, one in the commercial sphere and one in the public sector sphere. Let's talk about Cadbury first. Yeah. Cadbury had serious reputational issues after the infestation problem. You agreed to endorse the brand only after you were thoroughly convinced by the management of Cadbury that the problem had actually been solved. And I quote you from the book, when you said that little children are going to be eating this product and I want to be dead sure. Do you think it's important and it's critical for celebrities to insist on that before they endorse the brand?
I think this particular case was sort of different because Cadbury had been through a terrible time where worms were found in their product. And when they came to me, I already was aware of the fact that they had this problem. So I asked them quite frankly, will you tell me frankly why you are here to ask me to endorse you? Is it because you are in trouble or do you really like my face? So they were honest and said, yeah, we are in trouble. I told them, I feel that when somebody is in trouble, it is important to be honest. And if you can honestly tell me what actually went wrong, then maybe I can suggest designing your first campaign. And they said, what is it that you want to do? I said, I'd like to know what you have done to repair this damage. So they said, we've now got a double wrapper on the Cadbury product, and it's absolutely safe. I said, I would love to take your word for it, but I'd like to know how it is practically done. Will you take me to your factory to show me how it's packaged? So they took me to their factory. I went to their factory. I saw the entire procedure of how the chocolate was made, how the wrapping was secured to prevent the worms from coming in. And then I came back and I said, I don't want you to write anything. May I just sit in front of the camera and say exactly what has happened? And that is what I did. I said, I'm Amitabh Bachchan, and I'm here to tell you a story. Cadbury's were in trouble. they had worms in their product. They came to me and said, will you endorse it because we want to come out of it. I asked them, what is the repair that you have done? I've now been to their factory. I've seen that they have repaired the product, and I'm here to endorse that product now. And that was the first one.
That's the only time in my life that my friend Bharat Puri and I went and made a PowerPoint presentation to Mr. Bachchan to explain as to what we had done. I've never presented a PowerPoint presentation to any celebrity in my life before or after that.
So tell us about Polio and what happened behind the scenes.
I think Mr. Bachchan has spoken about this quite extensively. See, we had a role to play. We were one member of the team, or two members of a team. There was a whole lot of people on the ground. There was government, there's doctors, there are people who are making it happen. Yes, we were able to do a campaign together where it moved people into going for getting those 2 drops. It was a powerful campaign. It was a different campaign because it was not a hello, I'm nice to you campaign. Mr. Bachchan was playing the role of like a senior person in a family who was scolding a younger person out of love.
Tough love, the school of tough love.
And that's what he did, and it created magic, and we did commercials after we got good results. He saluted them to say that so many people came there, come on, let's do it. So I think it was a very different campaign from the kind of government campaigns happened that time. But yes, Mr. Bachchan can elaborate on that, but we played our role as a team player. The exercise was huge. Number of people contributed to it.
Mr. Bachchan, in your words, why was this campaign so extraordinarily successful when other campaigns in the public sphere have had mixed results? Why was this one, why did it achieve 100% results?
I think it's important to understand that this campaign lasted almost 8 years. It took 8 years for all of us to get India absolutely polio-free. We faced many issues during this entire campaign, and I have to compliment United Nations, who had made me the ambassador for this campaign, to pursue with whatever they had thought of, and to pursue with the same team. Sometimes when things fail with one agency, they rapidly changed. But they continued with us, and I felt that as we went along, there were several issues that we were facing. We were facing the fact that rural India was not wanting to get their mothers to put these 2 drops of polio vaccine into the mouths of the youngsters. We had to convince them. We faced problems of community. There's certain communities were not wanting to contribute to this, and it's a little insensitive to talk about that, but we actually had to design the campaign to impress upon a particular community by using certain artists that were representative of that community in order that they be convinced that it is not really against any particular class or caste or creed or religion. Even when we had done many experimentations with this, Piyush ji said, you know, it's still not working, and I have an idea where I'm going to use your filmography in wanting to convert it into the campaign. And he said, you know, I hate saying this, but he said, you know, you're identified as the angry young man, so why don't we design a campaign where you actually, instead of pleading with the people to take these 2 drops of polio, you actually get annoyed with them. So the whole campaign was one of great annoyance.
Did you agree with him when he said that?
You know, I don't question him too much. So we went in front of the camera, and I was shooting in Nasik, and they brought the entire team there, and after my shooting we sat and we said this. And some of the anger came because the shooting that I was involved in was a bit nasty and treacherous, and some of those words that came out were very natural. So we got very annoyed. And I said, "Kyun nahi le rahe hain aap log ye 2 boond zindagi ke, aur kijiye aisa aap?" Which was kind of strange. But it succeeded. And when I happened to be called to New York at United Nations, the head of United Nations asked me, you know, Mr. Bachchan, how did you manage to do this? So I said, you know, we designed this campaign, and they said, but why and how did this work? So I said, Piyushji said, you must say these dialogues very powerfully. And then they said, we did research and we found out that some of the rural women were very patriotic towards this campaign. And I went and asked them what it was that made them so. And they said, नहीं वो अमिताभ जी को देखा वो बहुत नाराज था इसलिए हम 2 बूंद पानी ले लिया.
Before joining Ogilvy in 1982, Piyush was a Ranji cricketer. He attributes much of his professional success to his passion for the game of cricket right from his early days. As he mentions in his book, and I quote, "Cricket seemed to intrude into all aspects of my professional life even as I embarked on a career in advertising. It first made an entry into the communication that I created in a television commercial for Cadbury Dairy Milk, when a girl runs on the field during the game to celebrate her friend's achievements. Cricket has, since then, made regular and meaningful appearances in my work, the latest being the animated television commercials for the BJP for their Lok Sabha campaign in 2014. Having designed several campaigns which revolved around cricket, Piyush has also created ads featuring the master blaster Sachin Tendulkar, who also graced the book launch event. Here is Sachin on his fond memories of Piyush.
Relax, boys. Now let's see. Yeah, we had a right choice, baby.
I was only 16 then.
Okay.
16 while doing Bandit, and I think 17 we had to shoot inside the stadium. I was not allowed to ride a bike on a road. I didn't sign my first contract when I played for India either. So,
Sachin, I'm going to ask you to stand up. Everybody in the back is trying to look at where you are. So, there he is.
So we started shooting, and I was as uncomfortable as I am just now. I was not expecting this. Piyush came and he said, "Don't worry. In this ad also I'll make you play cricket. You'll be fine." That director comes and he tells you, "Okay, this is what I want you to do." All that is fine. But when someone like Piyush comes and he tells you that this is what I want you to do, and if you do it like this, it'll look good in front of the camera.
Pandeymonium talks about Piyush's influence right from his childhood in Jaipur to his philosophy, failures and lessons in advertising in particular. Storyboard editor Anant Rangaswamy caught up with him at the launch event to share some of his memories which have led him to become the personality that he is.
I'm going to ask Piyush to tell you about what elocution lessons taught him. His father taught him elocution and he wasn't a great teacher, but I'll let Piyush tell you the story.
Okay, that's an interesting one. I must have been in class 6 or 7, and I had to do an elocution contest in school, and I went to my father. My father was a huge fan of Mr. Bachchan's father, and his style of reciting was fairly similar. And his level of literature was also far above mine. So he came in with a poem. I was in class 6 or 7. And he got me to learn that, recite it, and I went and narrated it on stage. And the poem went something like this. And I will try and recite it to you the way he used to recite it and the way he taught me. The poem was called Meera Ka Vishpan. That was Meera having the poison. And it went, Pyala bhara vishika garal ka hala halka laya gaya kampit karo se paas Meera ke chalak raha tha something something. And it was the biggest bouncer that I had bowled to my teachers. And I didn't get selected. I lost that elocution contest because they did not understand the poem. I also didn't understand it, but I had mugged it up. So I went to my father and said, you've picked up the wrong one. So next year he taught me another one, and I got a gold medal for it. And he said, okay, I failed you last time, so this time we will go to the masses. And the poetry went, idhar bhi gade hain, udhar bhi gade hain. Idhar bhi gade hain, udhar bhi gade hain, jidhar dekhta hu, gade hi gade hain. घोड़ों को मिलती नहीं घास देखो, गधे खा रहे हैं च्यवनप्राश देखो.
According to Penguin Books, the publisher of Pandeymonium, 15,000 copies have already been sold since the launch. Whether you are in advertising and marketing or planning a career in this profession, this book is a must-buy. Shreya Arora in Mumbai for Storyboard.
I'm all set to finish this book in one sitting over the weekend. It's time for us to slip into a short break. When we come back, we get to show you the exclusive preview of McDonald's McSpicy Face-Off campaign.